So I'm back with some good news at last. Yeah, some good news. Sunday and it's 1 o'clock and the weather's beautiful, no wind about and lots of people about. But the good news is we've got a new health centre being built here on the Torrevieja Costa, and we're going to talk about the emission zones that's just kicked in. And also some good news, a couple of mafia crime groups have just been arrested. Yeah, they were kidnapping people and holding people for ransom, so two separate cases. And they're up in court in Alicante. New shuttle service, yes, a shuttle service now running from Murcia Airport. So we'll talk about all that, all the stops and everything on this beautiful day, Sunday on the Costa Blanca. Yeah, 17 degrees, blue sky. And we've got even people in the water today, yeah. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it, eh? Really, really nice, calm day for a change. And there is a lot of people walking about as well, taking a nice stroll. So we're on the Playa Northcoast beach, just along the coastal road here in Torrevieja. And we're going to take a walk along here and we're going to go through the day's news. So yeah, the first thing we're going to talk about is the emission zones that's just been kicked in Alicante. Of course, Torrevieja they've put on hold at the moment until they've got all the right detectors in place. But Alicante have put theirs in, they've come into effect last week. Spain, the low emissions known as LEZ. And yeah, 75 license plate reading cameras they've got all over Alicante city, all around there. And they're going to detect all the pollution and monitors everywhere, and they can keep track. Of course, you have to have this sticker now, don't you, for the low emissions, otherwise you're going to get fined. But they have put a little temporary on the local workers in the old town. They've got a month's grace to sort out their emissions and get it all up to date. So that's down in Alicante, or shall I say up in Alicante. I'll tell you what we did have, talk about radars. It's the highest speed ever been recorded in Spain by one of these radar speed guns captured this nutter, literally it was a nutter, wasn't it, in a Porsche Cayenne, absolutely flying down the motorway in his posh little coupe there. And he was recorded at 238 kilometres per hour. Wow, absolutely crazy, isn't it? And it was picked up on the radar of a helicopter overhead. As you know, they do have helicopters flying over all their radars. So yeah, he's in a bit of a trouble, that one. I think he could be losing his licence and could be doing a bit of time as well. Yeah, we've got the president of Geraldine, Valencia, Alicante have been actually pushing for this second health centre, because the one we've got, as you know, on the Torrevieja Costa is up by the Cabaret Strip. And there ain't room for expansion there, and it's too many people using it now, and of course it's getting busier and busier here. As you know, more and more properties coming up, more people about, and they can't cope with the numbers. So they've finally got the go-ahead to build this second health centre, which is definitely much needed. Yep, the go-ahead and the permissions all been passed now for this second health centre, but they haven't given us a date or exact location of it yet. But I'll surely inform you when it does happen. But we've had a bit of a nasty kind of work going on down in Marbella, and an influencer has been targeted as a big ransom, and it actually caught the group, thank goodness for that. There's a Swedish couple that were reported, as they say, alleged extortion in Marbella. They were pretty famous down in their own country in Sweden. Reported to the local police, and they'll be getting threatening emails demanding money. We ain't talking about a couple of quid here, we're talking about €1 million. Of course, they're celebrities, they know they've got that kind of money, so they were trying to blackmail them for €1 million. It's all crypto wallets, isn't it? So it was a digital number they had to give for them to pay the money into. Yeah, this couple are well-known celebrities. Household name, as they say. They've done home renovations, they've done things about their children growing up, all on the social media platforms. So literally done all kind of things to inform the public about their lifestyle and about the sports things and all kind of things like that, all probably shown over TikTok and platforms like that. Think they got up to in their daily life, pets, animals, renovations, you name it. They filmed everything, kind of daily thing on their social media. But of course, someone's got wind of, they've got a few quid, and they've been blackmailed for this amount of money of €1 million. But they wanted the payment paid into cryptocurrency. Of course, as you know, they can't trace crypto, and then they can get the money that way. And that's where they demanded the €1 million to be paid into. And they even give the code and everything where to pay the money into, so they knew exactly where it's got to go. And it was 1.2 million they wanted this paid into Bitcoins. And they had 6 days to do it. And they weren't messing about, because they said for every day they was late paying it in, they're going to want another €50,000 on top. And I meant business and all, because they said they would put harm to their parents, and they would harm their children and even their pets. And it was like 4 days later, one of the local newspapers in Sweden, they got a call from someone that had been told they would get €9,000 if they chucked an hand grenade through these people's houses' windows. Yeah, crazy people. Yeah, the newspaper obviously contacted the police, and they realised these influencers were the ones, of course, like I say, into everything, pets, animals, renovations, and cosmetics they used to be pushing out. There was a big security surveillance up, and yeah, they finally caught them. But yeah, you thought that was bad. Wait till you see this next one I'm going to be telling you about, because this next one's pretty bad. I've even got a video to show you. This was like a well-organised gang mafia, and they didn't mess about. Guns, knives, balaclavas, breaking into people's houses, threatening to cut their fingers off and all things like that. Yeah, terrible. Costa del Sol. These thieves were raiding like these big luxury houses after 9 o'clock at night. They was all carried out, and they were like proper mafia style as well. They'd go up to these houses and they pretend they were police officers. They wouldn't use any mobile phones or anything like that, because they didn't want anything to be detected by the old mask. As you know, everything can be detected by mobile phones nowadays. They're actually using two-way walkie-talkies. One of these luxury villas, they managed to steal just over £2 million from one of them. And yeah, they even threatened to beat the children up, and they were like gagging them, and even threatened to chop their fingers off. So they didn't care who they were dealing with, as long as they got what they wanted. Saying these robberies were done like military precision. They were all drilled and knew exactly what they were doing. Saying the main thing about these robbers, their modus operandi was used to extreme violence in every case. It don't matter what house they broke into, they had the same system every time. They'd beat the children, parents, and also threaten to chop the fingers off if they didn't get what they was after. And the police investigation went on for a while, actually, trying to track this gang down. It was a year before they actually managed to dismantle this crime gang. All of them was from Albania that were arrested. And yeah, about 10 robberies they reckon up to, they carried out on these luxury villas. And these robberies were all different parts of Spain as well. The robberies were down in Espaona, where they carried out these raids. So every one of them was done late at night. And people were at home. They made sure that people were at home when they raided these properties, because they wanted to get their hands on all the kind of money and jewellery and everything. And that's why they used this extreme violence, why they targeted night time. So they made sure they were at home and they can get exactly what they were after. And they weren't messing about either. They got what they wanted. So yeah, I'm just going to show you the video, the police video of the villa and all what they recovered, and the jewellery, and also the money. And this is actually official video I'm just going to be posting here. Yeah, a lot of these down in the Cadix area, they didn't matter where they had to go basically. They just targeted all luxury homes and luxury apartments, and all the robberies they were doing were in the cars they actually stole from these places, which were Porsches and high-end cars, and they actually cloned them as well. Cloned them with general official number plates that are actually all legal and insured to make it even harder for the police to detect. They were hiding in the safe house in Seville before it actually got caught and got raided. It was a little town in Seville, Marchena, and they raided the house, and that's when they come across all the money and jewellery and everything. Of course, they had another home as well in Malaga, and in this place in Malaga, when the police raided it, they come across 70,000 euros in all types of different currencies. They went in the houses. They say there was up to 3 or 5 of them at a time that would raid the house, all ordered up, balaclavaed, and just shout out to them, police, police, police. They'd be having handguns and machine guns in their hands as well, so they were really, really terrified people. And it was the same in every house they done. They went through the same procedure. It was their modus operandi, they say. They had their eyes on the watches, the jewellery, the money, of course the safe. And yeah, they saved, I could say, 2 million from one of the raids. They don't care what violence they had to go to. They even put cable ties around one of the people's necks. They even threatened to beat the little kid up unless he give them the code to the safe. Another woman was dragged along by her hair in front of her kids. And eventually, when they've got what they've wanted, what they'll do is they'll shut off all the electric in the house, and then they'll throw the victims' mobile phones in the swimming pool so they couldn't call the police or anyone could be alerted. So yeah, terrible, eh? So that is what was going on. Look, this is about, isn't it, eh? All these nasty people. But thank goodness they all got caught. Yeah, from Albania. I'm not saying everyone from Albania is bad, but this gang were. And they were doing this to all these luxury homes. And yeah, severe violence, threatening, chopping fingers off and all sorts. The next story we got, the last one before we go, if you're in the Murcia region and you need to get to Torrevieja or anywhere around Murcia, Los Alcaceres, anywhere like that, apparently there's a big company now that's just put on a shuttle service because they know there's a demand. So yeah, from the main airport in Murcia, Corvera has now got this service for a shuttle bus. And yeah, it's going to be quite busy in the summer months, so it definitely will be used by a lot of customers. And it reckons it's going to have such a good service and really reliable. I'm going to say they've got 3 routes they're going to be putting on, so you can take these routes, whatever shuttle you decide to get. And one of them is the La Manga route, which will be down to Cabo de Palos, which I've done a video up there on the La Manga strip, Playa Ronda, and the Cap Fun Monte Cristo, which yeah, I've done a video of that as well. We've got the campsite there. So that's where it'll be going down, mainly along the So that's where it began to, mainly down on the La Manga strip. That is one of the routes. The other route, is which you might be interested in, will be the Torrevieja route. And it'll come along into Torre Pacheco, and then down into Torre Golf Resort, then into Rondon, and then up to the Mar Menor Resort, into Los Negros, which is St. Avia, Santiago de Ribera, La Pagan. So yeah, coming along the M332 by the looks of things, up by St. Pedro, Milpimeres, Playa Flamenca, Cabo Roy, and Torrevieja. So that is that route. And then the other one is the St. Juan route, which is from Murcia Airport again, and that takes you down into the Mazaron area, the country club, and all round Mazaron. So 3 shuttle routes coming from Murcia Airport, which is going to be pretty good for the locals that use it, and they ain't going to be too expensive. Fares are going to start around €8.99, but I reckon as a group of you, you're going to get some kind of discount. This is all going to start on the 22nd of May. That's when all the daily operations are going to be coming into action. So yeah, that's great news. Yeah, that's today's news on the Costa Blanca. Yeah, and by the way, this Playa Atcuan beach, I do like it here. It's nice and calm, and yes, sun trap and all, and you've got all the bars and restaurants along here as well. I hope you enjoyed the video, and once again thank you for all the support, all the coffees, and everyone that bought me a coffee, especially for John Williams yesterday. 20 euros in coffees, really appreciate that. And 35 euros from Tim Smith, yeah, I really appreciate that, and all super thanks. So yeah, really appreciate everyone that's giving me support, and yeah, check me out in the next video.